This is Win News.
Tonight, Worksafe charges GDF Suez over the 2014 mine fire. A man faces court over a bushfire in Far East Gippsland. And the Gippsland Group's fundraising for World Cancer Day. Good evening, I'm Alexia Boland. Also tonight, confirmation V-Line's timetable won't return to normal until June. GDF Suez says it's disappointed by Worksafe's decision to lay charges over the Hazelwood mine fire. The workplace safety watchdog today charged the company with 10 breaches of the Occupational Health and Safety Act in relation to public and employee safety.
Almost 2 years have passed since the 45-day disaster started, but GDF Suez is still under fire. Today, Worksafe charged the mine owner with 10 alleged breaches of the OH&S Act. The charges are in relation to GDF's alleged failure to maintain a workplace that was safe and without risks to health, and failing to ensure that people other than its employees were not exposed to health and safety risks. It comes after community group Voices of the Valley sought legal action through Environmental Justice Australia.
We wrote to WorkSafe in December last year saying that we believed it was time that WorkSafe took action under Section 21 and Section 23 of the Act.
The move to seek legal action was sparked by stories from the front line. WorkSafe says it's also completed its investigation into alleged breaches of the OH&S Act by other organisations, including the CFA and Fire Services Commissioner. It determined that each party took reasonable steps to protect the health and safety of their employees and others, and as a result, no further action will be taken. In a statement released by GDF Suez, the company says it's disappointed and intends to vigorously defend the charges laid by WorkSafe. Alexandria Zazumarkis, Win News.
Mine fire charges, Hazelwood's operator facing multi-million-dollar fines.
A lot of people didn't believe that this day would ever come.
Train trouble, V-Line commuters warned disruptions will continue for months. Salad scare, a lettuce recall after links to a salmonella outbreak.
There probably will be more cases that do come in as people present their symptoms and attend a doctor for a test.
And your shrinking super nest egg, how the stock market sell-off is affecting our savings. Good evening, Ian Henderson with ABC News. Victoria's workplace safety watchdog has charged the operator of the Hazelwood coal mine over the fire that left the Latrobe Valley covered in smoke and ash 2 years ago. The company, GDF Suez, is facing fines in excess of $10 million over the blaze, as well as court battles on several other fronts. Liz Hobday reports.
It's almost 2 years since the Hazelwood mine fire. For Morwell residents, these charges have been a long time coming.
A lot of people didn't believe that this day would ever come.
I'd always hoped that authorities, whomever they might be, act as quickly as possible and try and provide certainty.
Worksafe has laid 10 charges against the Hazelwood Power Corporation, owned by GDF Suez. 5 counts of failing to maintain a safe workplace, and 5 more of failing to ensure the community wasn't exposed to health risks. GDF Suez says it's reviewing and intends to vigorously defend the charges. But Worksafe has cleared the CFA, the MFB and the Fire Services Commissioner of allegations they exposed firefighters to contaminated water and carbon monoxide by failing to manage the risks posed by the fire in its early stages.
But the firefighters and all emergency services that worked in that fire at the time need to be made sure that they are looked after with their health. We know there's firefighters that are really sick.
The blaze was sparked by bushfire embers in February 2014 and it burned for a month and a half, covering the Latrobe Valley in smoke and ash. The air quality was so poor that vulnerable residents of nearby Morwell were advised to leave town. The CFA is preparing to sue GDF Suez for the $18 million it cost to battle the blaze. The EPA is considering its own charges for environmental damage, and the Victorian government's inquiry into the blaze will deliver further findings next month. Liz Hobday, ABC News, Morwell.
The operator of the Hazelwood coal mine has been hit with multiple charges over the huge fire 2 years ago. Worksafe has charged the Hazelwood Power Corporation with 10 breaches. It alleges the operator failed to ensure the health and safety of non-employees. Thick smoke from the fire blanketed Morwell for 45 days. An inquiry has found already that the fire was likely to have contributed to an increase in deaths in the Latrobe Valley.